The test is twofold.
Look at this! Training is paid off!
Body.
You have to put your body in all kinds of ways to get through these obstacles.
Hold your body there!
And mind.
Mike Bernardo cannot overthink it. Don't fall into that trap.
My biggest fear is I'm gonna let my fear and doubt keep me from doing what I can do.
Nice! There it is!
You gotta focus on what you're doing, because you only get one chance.
It's the Pittsburgh City Finals. Lights.
All these cameras, all these lights, all these people watching you, a lot of people forget to breathe.
Oh! Wow! What a recovery!
Camera.
The second you start thinking about it, your adrenaline will start going.
Let's do this, baby!
I love the nervousness, it gets me in the right mind state to go do what I need to do.
Action.
He's going for the dismount. He's got it!
It's gonna be a battle out there.
Getting to hit that buzzer, that would be amazing.
There it is. He's gonna fly!
This is my destiny.
That's it! Yeah! You did it! Whoa! Tonight, we return to the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where we kick off the 5th of our city finals in our quest to find the first American Ninja Warrior. Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Iseman here with former NFL defensive end Akbar Gbaja-Biamila. We're in a city known for its grit and toughness, and a few weeks ago, these 30 athletes lived up to that reputation. That's right, man. What a group it is. We're going to see one of our strongest women, Ohio gym owner Michelle Warnke. And we've got the oldest athlete to make it to the city finals, 56-year-old gymnastics coach Miles Avery. Look at this! He's got it! And everyone wants to see the dynamic duo of Joe Borofsky and Ellen Hall. They were the final two standing in Vegas last season. Joe Borofsky will not be alone! And they finished 1-2 here in qualifying. And right off it! Now, who's going to finish on top tonight in Pittsburgh? Well, in qualifying, this course was tougher to get past than Pittsburgh's legendary defense, the Steel Curtain. Tonight, it's even tougher. For more on that, let's go down to Kristine Leahy.
Thanks, Matt. In order to guarantee a spot in the national finals, our competitors must successfully complete the 6 obstacles they faced in qualifying. The quintuple steps, the log grip, snake crossing, the wind chimes, the devil steps, and the warped wall. Then it's on to the 4 obstacles added for the finals. On the salmon ladder, athletes will use a mini tramp, grab the bar, and rely on upper body strength to hoist themselves up the rungs. The floating monkey bars are all new. Here, forearm and grip strength are key as competitors place the bars into the floating trays as they swing above the pool. Next up, the doorknob arch. Competitors will use whatever is left of their upper body and grip strength to traverse the pool using only the doorknobs set along an arch. Finally, competitors will face the infamous invisible ladder. Athletes have to pump their arms upward like they're climbing a ladder and ascend the 30-foot chute. Hit that buzzer and they've guaranteed themselves a spot in Las Vegas. Matt?
Thanks, Kristine. We're going to kick things off with the hometown hero. This is Pittsburgh's own Danny Johnson. This is his 4th season competing, and every year, this graphic artist puts together submission tapes that look like Hollywood movies.
For my submission videos, I usually try to keep the production value as high as I can. I like to try to do some motion graphics and compositing and show off what I can do. In my submission video for this year's Ninja Warrior, I had buildings around Pittsburgh transform to have my face on them. Last year, I competed in Denver.
Johnson, playing to the crowd.
I ended up in 31st place, and I failed on the devil steps. An obstacle that is here tonight as well. And that's making me pretty nervous. Hopefully, I won't do that again. Muscles, huge. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's -5 degrees out, and I'm freaking freezing.
His wife, Megan, and mom, Kathy, here to cheer him on. Danny Johnson is the tallest competitor we'll see tonight at 6'4", but only weighs 165 pounds. He is long and lean. Now on to the log grip. This obstacle slides down 25 feet with 2 jolting drops along the way. He wrapped around with those daddy long legs, no problem. But now the tough one, snake crossing. Exactly. This obstacle took out almost 50 athletes in qualifying. This second beam just paralyzed the entire field. Doesn't seem to be slowing down Johnson. Oh! And he made that look easy. Use those long legs to leap across the trouble spot. Now onto the wind chimes.
Whoa! Dave just skipped the first one entirely. Living dangerously.
Well, there are 8 chimes in all. You have to use your arms and legs to work your way across. And he's squinting a little.
Yeah, I think he may have hurt his eye when he jumped.
But made it through the chimes, just needs to dismount. Gets through, but clearly that eye is bothering him.
You're right, and here's what happened, Matt. The right hand flies around, and he actually pokes himself in the eye.
So Johnson, with one good eye, now moves on to the devil steps. This is the obstacle that knocked him out last year, and now for the finals, it's even more difficult. That 4th step going up now tilts. Safely by that first tilting step. But this 3-foot transition is where he fell last year.
Whoa, he's going with the new technique. We haven't seen anyone attempt the gap like this.
And he pulls it off, took a risk, and it paid off. Now 2 more steps that tilt 15 degrees.
Yeah, but what's he doing here? Hung up at the tilting steps.
Oh!
Why did he try to do that?
Bad mistake, goes for the early dismount, a hard impact. Danny Johnson is going to regret that one, Akbar.
Well, at the top, instead of reaching across one hand at a time, he jumps and catches himself. No one's done that before. And coming down, he tries for a dismount way too early. He's got no angle from up there, and the devil steps get him once again.
I was losing my grip on the way down, so I just tried to jump off. I didn't make it.
Up next, another one of our favorite characters. This is Pavel Fisuk. He's an exterminator, so he gets his training by chasing critters all day long. But he gets his survival skills from his huge Russian-American family.
Look at, he's a ninja.
I have a 2-year-old and a daughter on the way, but that's nothing compared to the 9 other siblings in my family. Galina, David, Slava, Marco, Daniel, Julia, Benjamin, Natalie, and Vicky.
Remember when he fell last year?
You have to survive and compete for stuff, whether it's trampolining or backyard volleyball at my mom's house. There's always something that we challenge ourselves with. Being an exterminator is crazy because you don't know what's happening, from day to day. When people think of exterminator, they think of like little critters like ants, spiders, maybe even rats, but I tackle pythons and stuff, big animals, because we do everything. In my line of work, sometimes you have only one shot. You just gotta jump in, grab whatever it is, and it's either you made it or you didn't. Same thing with Ninja. And when I'm competing on the course, I don't hear or see anything but the goal in mind, and I complete it.
Well, he doesn't have the entire family here tonight, but he's got his wife Emily and their young son, plus 3 of his 5 brothers.
Here we go. Take it slow. Take it slow.
All part of Team Fisuk.
Hold on. What's this, Matt?
Fisuk taking the selfie.
Hashtag American Ninja Warrior.
Fisuk made it up the wall and finished the qualifying course. It was a big improvement over last year when he fell on the 3rd obstacle.
Here we go. Nice and easy.
Now on to the log grip.
Nice grip.
All right, here it is. 2 drops.
This is a guy.
Oh, boy, he got mad at the log grip, didn't he?
6 feet 194, dropped 12 pounds since last season, wants to be leaner and meaner. Testing his agility here. One of the bigger competitors here in the city finals. Most competitors try to get about halfway on this last beam and then jump, but it is tricky.
Keep it together. Keep it together before the pivot. You have a nice base to be able to explode from. There it is, bend those knees, and boom.
Oh! Well, it wasn't perfect, Akbar, but it doesn't have to be. And Fisuk is through to the wind chimes.
Well, he said he did a lot more training for this season, and it's showing.
He was born in Russia, came to America with his family when he was 5 years old. He's been an exterminator in Rochester for the past 7 years. This exterminator eliminating obstacle after obstacle, Akbar.
Yeah, he's just grinding along. It's not pretty, but he's getting through these wind chimes.
His wife is pregnant with their second child due in a few months. Pavel says he wants 10 kids like his parents. His wife Emily is thinking more like 3 or 4. Either way, $1 million would buy a lot of diapers. First, he's got to survive these devil steps, and it's 6 feet, 194. That is by no means a given.
There's the pivoting step right there. Pavel looks good for a guy with no climbing experience.
And now the gap.
This is all technique here, strength here. I know what's going through his mind right now. He just wants to be able to get off this devil step and be able to conserve some energy. And the only way you're going to do that is by having a little bit of tempo here on the devil steps.
And he's got it. Now staring down the 14-foot warped wall. And he's done it. Fisuk is up, and he's rolling across the top.
And I think that's an exterminator move.
Well, he is moving, and he's going to give us our first look at the back half of the course. And it starts with the salmon ladder. These final 4 obstacles, an upper body gauntlet.
Well, he's almost 200 pounds, our heaviest guy tonight, so that's a lot of weight to jump up the salmon ladder.
But he's doing it. One more rung, and he's made it to the top. And now we'll get our first look at the floating monkey bars. It's like the monkey bars on the playground, but you've got to bring the batons with you from station to station.
And Matt, this is going to be a killer tonight. You're 20 feet up in the air. Oh!
Goes down. The exterminator gets exterminated. But a decent run for Fisuk.
Okay. Nice, Akbar. Well done.
It's 3 feet between the landing trays, and you've got to get a good swing to get up to the next one. Fisuk missed as he went to the 3rd tray and just lost his grip after that.
No more grip strength left. Oh, thought I had it.
Here's what's coming up tonight. They were the final 2 in Vegas last year.
He does it!
They were the fastest in Pittsburgh qualifying this year. Ellen Hall destroying this course. Now Joe Moravsky and Ellen Hall bring the 1-2 punch to the Pittsburgh finals.
I'm ready to give the people what they want to see.
Plus, he's coached Americans to Olympic gold. Now 56-year-old Miles Avery goes for his own glory.
I just want to be an inspiration to whomever is looking.
When American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to Pittsburgh's historic Carey Furnace, where the city finals are just getting started. While we were away, 2 brothers took their shot at the course. Dustin Sanderson finished the Pittsburgh qualifying course with the 3rd fastest time. Right through the quintuple steps. But this teacher learned that snake crossing still has a vicious bite in the city finals. Oh! What? A hard impact.
You cannot take any of these obstacles for granted.
His brother Chad Sanderson made it up the warp wall with ease. And right up it.
Beat the cake!
But on the salmon ladder,
he is spent.
Come on, dude!
His arms gave out.
No more left in the guns.
Up next, one of the great stories from qualifying. This is P.J. Granger. He's the construction worker who waited 10 days in the walk-on line. And since his impressive run in qualifying, he's become a real hero back in Bedford, Indiana.
Yeah, I've pretty much done concrete and construction my whole life. I like the job because it's not the same thing every day. We build homes, pour concrete, we do factory work, maintenance, we do welding.
It's physical, and I think helps me train for American Ninja Warrior. I've taken 3 weeks off work this year to compete, so to get this chance, it means everything to me. Since the qualifying round, my town has been very supportive. I've had people donate money to get me here, or to get my wife here. So it's been amazing, the support I've received.
He's kind of like the town's role model. We can't go anywhere now without people saying, because of you, you've given my child hope, or because we've seen you running down the highway, now my daughter, you know, wants to run. I'm serious. He's like a big deal in our little town.
It's been kind of crazy with the fan base, and I'm doing it for my hometown, you know, Bedford, Indiana.
And PJ's wife, mother, stepkids, and other family members have come over from Indiana to be part of Team PJ. Bedford, Indiana is a small town about an hour and a half south of Indianapolis. PJ truly impressed us with his qualifying run.
Yeah, PJ as a rookie finished the course even faster than some of the veterans.
He's taking the shirt off here, my guess, to get a better grip on the log. If you missed his story, PJ is a recovering alcoholic who turned his life around, got into shape, and wanted to compete on American Ninja Warrior. Came out, camped out 10 days in the walk-on line. Even took bass in the Monongahela River. All so he could get his shot, and he made the most of it. Now Snake Crossing, which took out so many in qualifying. Everyone's still very cautious on this obstacle. Good footwork locked in, 5'8", 135. Long and lean.
Come on, baby.
Get ready to rock and roll. Going for the leap.
PJ Granger right through it.
That's a proud mom right there.
And the crowd chanting PJ as he takes on the wind chimes.
I think PJ's feeding off the energy, and that's real too. When you're competing and you can feel that the crowd is behind you,
the smile on his face.
You got the fans behind you. He's got, I mean, look at them. Team PJ's out there in the crowd.
Well, because of his religious upbringing, PJ didn't get to play sports in high school. Believes American Ninja Warrior is his chance to show he's an athlete. Now on to the devil steps. And no problem for Granger. Fighting his way right through the devil steps. And now the 3-foot gap. He is 20 feet above the water. He's got it. Now that missing step, and 2 more will tilt. This is impressive considering he has no climbing background, gets his training hanging off bridges around his hometown. And he's through. Had a little trouble with the warp wall in qualifying, did not make it up on his first attempt.
1, 2, 3, and up.
And right up it tonight. And I love it, the smile on his face. But now it's all obstacles he didn't see in qualifying, starting with the salmon ladder. And these final obstacles so upper body intensive.
At 5'8", 135 pounds, that's pretty light, so he should have an advantage here going up. He's got the technique. He's got the technique and he's got the body weight. Ooh.
It only needs one side. So he's through and can move on to the floating monkey bars.
Matt, this is a new obstacle and it's gonna take a while for them to figure it out.
Has to bring the baton along with him and he misses. Oh, he's in trouble.
Hold on!
Oh, and PJ Granger takes a fall from the floating monkey bars.
Nice, brother.
Well, look at how thin the monkey bars are. They're like broom handles, and it's tough to maintain your grip. When PJ went for the third and missed, he just couldn't hang on any longer.
Kristine is standing by with PJ in the palm warm-up zone.
You've been on such a journey to get here. What does it mean to you to finally be out here and go as far as you did on the course?
It feels great. I'm happy. I'm disappointed, of course. I wanted to go all the way, but hopefully it's good enough to get me to Vegas, maybe. So I'm happy.
We'll keep our fingers crossed for you.
All right. Thank you.
Guys.
Coming up, she can bring the crowd to its feet. And Michelle Warnke wants to do it again.
I would love to hit the buzzer in finals in Pittsburgh, and I'm shooting for it.
But up next, from a federal court to the finals course, this Ivy League lawyer is out to show he's a ninja too.
I feel empowered, and I feel like I can take on the world.
He runs next on American Ninja Warrior. 5 seconds left. And he does it! Borowski, the first athlete to get through stage 2. That's what I'm talking about. A great effort out of Ellen Hall. And it looks like Joe Borowski will not be alone. That was stage 2 in Las Vegas last season. Joe Borowski and Ellen Hall were the only 2 athletes to make it through. And they had the 2 fastest times in Pittsburgh qualifying. The superstars everyone has come here to see tonight are standing by with Kristine in the Palm warm-up zone.
Thanks, guys. So Joe and Ellett, you guys were 1st and 2nd in St. Louis, 1st and 2nd in Las Vegas, and 1st and 2nd in qualifiers in Pittsburgh. What's going on with you guys? You just joined at the hip, you got to be together?
No, I think we both just have a style that puts us towards going fast.
Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, we're comfortable at that aggressive speed, and it's just natural to us.
So then the big question is, who's going to be 1st and who's going to be 2nd tonight?
Put that on us.
I need a real answer here.
I mean, I'm always looking to go fast, but I just set my pace where it is, and I go with that.
Oh, so it sounds like you're not going to go ahead and say you're going to be 1st. Joe, you going to bite?
It's up to him, really, because I'm running first.
Ooh, I like it. Well, I'm very much looking forward to watching you guys both run the course tonight. Best of luck to you. Guys, back to you.
Well, I'll take Joe tonight. Okay, I'll take Ellett. Well, our next athlete has an impressive resume of his own. This is Sean Darling Hammond from Washington, D.C. Sean has an Ivy League degree and he clerks for a federal judge. And now, he wants to be a ninja.
I am Native American, African American, Irish, and French. My father and my mother always used to say that I can't hate anybody without hating one of my ancestors. And that just made me feel like I should just accept everybody's humanity and get to know them for who they were. My parents made it their life's work to try to make the world a better place. My mom through education, my father through business and law. I attended Harvard for undergrad, and I went to law school at Berkeley. I currently work as a law clerk in Washington, D.C. Using law, I hope that I can expand educational opportunity by ensuring that every child has a constitutional right to a high-quality education. By competing on American Ninja Warrior, I want to inspire kids of all backgrounds and ethnicities to make a positive change in the world around them. I want to be known as the Giving Ninja. If I win, I plan to donate all $1 million to organizations that expand educational opportunity, and I want everyone to know that they can accomplish great things for others just by giving. I think I can make some really positive change in the world, and that's always been my goal.
There's Sean's parents and his girlfriend Valentina here from D.C. This guy's so impressive. Beyond his degrees and his job with a federal judge, he also speaks 3 languages and plays 4 musical instruments. Wow, this guy needs to run for office. His athletic background is impressive, too. He does mountain bike races, rock climbing, and runs endurance races. Well, he finished the course in qualifying. Impressive for a rookie. But now Snake Crossing, which is the obstacle everyone worries about. And he's through the first half. Good balance. This obstacle took out almost half of the entire field in qualifying. They just could not figure it out. You need many skills to get through a ninja course. This Snake Crossing truly tests your balance. He went for this transition in qualifying as well, instead of the leap. And he does it again. Oh, he basically just walked across it. And now the wind chimes.
Well, he's a solid 5'8", 160 pounds, and he's got great rhythm working his way through the chimes.
You can see his shirt. It says, true strength is not simply conquering obstacles, it is helping others overcome them. Great message.
Well, he really needs to run for office. I'll vote for him.
He's staying up high on the chimes. That's what you want to do as they get shorter and shorter. Nicely done through that gap. And just the dismount left here on the wind chimes. And there it is. Sean Darling-Hammond moving on to the double steps.
Here's that tilting step. Get past that, get off of it.
No problem, though. You like seeing the thumb underneath that vice grip. Tends to lock it in place better if there is movement. Now the 3-foot gap on the transition.
No problem.
Again, keep in mind, 2 more here will move on this descent. There's the first and the second. And there it is. Sean Darling-Hammond, the law clerk from D.C., moves on to make his case at the Warp Wall.
That was probably one of the smoothest runs up the Warp Wall I've seen in a long time.
I am loving the run out of this rookie, Akbar. He's Harvard educated. He's a Berkeley lawyer. This guy is smart. We know he's got the cerebral approach.
Oh, Matt, whoa, look at this. No shoes. No shoes, I like that.
Well, you know, looking at these final 4 obstacles, be a little more comfortable, save even a few ounces could be the difference.
He wants to be light. No extra weight for the 160-pounder.
Kipping those hips, using the full body to ascend, and right onto the floating monkey bars.
And this obstacle is going to be trouble tonight.
Oh,
this is that placement. It adds so much stress there on the right arm. Be calm.
Absolutely.
Stay calm on each transition.
It didn't look violent, but trust me, that expended a lot of energy. It may not bite you on this obstacle, but into the doorknob arch.
And pause. Oh,
another
that right
miss.
arm is taking a beating right there, Matt. Keep an eye there on that right arm.
Now he's going for the dismount here, Akbar.
Okay.
Skipping that final bar placement.
You better fly with the Eagles on this one.
Sean Darling-Hammond does it. The first to beat the floating monkey bars. How impressive is this rookie?
The rookie sensation is keeping his drive alive.
And now our first look at the doorknob arch. He'll have to work his way across the doorknobs to the other side. But locking in here. This is impressive, 5'8", 160.
Well, he's got the right technique, Matt, because you want to keep that constant pace.
And you can see the hips moving it, absolutely.
Well, he is grabbing on. Look.
Well, you're using momentum to make the transitions from the body rather than using the arms.
Oh, but he's getting tired. Look, he's peeking over at the landing area. He's too far right now.
Fatigue setting in, and he's looking for the platform. Not quite there yet. He'll need a big swing from here if he's going to make it. But he's going for the dismount. Oh! Sean Darling-Hammond made a calculated risk with his forearms giving out a great run out of the rookie.
Well, the doorknobs will wear you out, and I think Sean was just running out of gas and just tried to go for it. Another foot more, and he probably would have made it.
Kind of pumped out. It was a great ride and an incredible time. We'll see how the rest of the night goes.
Coming up, last year he was an unheralded rookie. This year, some ninjas think he could win it all.
I just see something in him.
Get ready for the incredible strength of Geoff Britten. But up next, he's got amazing talent. But can a 56-year-old finish the course?
It is my fountain of youth.
Miles Avery makes a run at history when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior's Pittsburgh City Finals. While we were away, K-9 police officer Joe Archambault handles a German Shepherd on the job. And he's through, but he couldn't handle the bite of the snake crossing.
Oh, right there in the sternum.
Cutting horse trainer Kelly Moeller grew up riding bucking broncs.
Take your time, baby, you're good.
But even this 4th-generation cowboy
watch yourself.
Couldn't ride out the snake. Oh! And 41-year-old Tom Mitchell waited 13 days at the walk-on line for his shot in Pittsburgh.
Keeping the technique alive.
But the mechanical engineer was thrown for a loop from the floating monkey bars. Oh! Up next, the man known as the Brooklyn Beast, Luciano Acuna Jr. He's a stuntman and a member of the New York Knicks dunk team. He made it to Vegas last year and was impressive in qualifying. His girlfriend Carline down from Brooklyn to watch him here in the finals. 5'10", 160 pounds, Luciano in phenomenal shape. Oh! Absolute mental lapse trying to fly through the quintuple steps.
Well, this is the city finals, Matt. You can't take these early obstacles for granted. He was out of rhythm as he hit that third step and then didn't have enough momentum to carry him through the obstacle. Shocking early exit for Acuna Jr.
Wow.
Up next, a guy so many want to see tonight. This is 56-year-old Miles Avery. He's a gymnastics coach. He's actually coached the U.S. Olympic team. Miles is already the oldest man ever to qualify for a city finals, and he is a true inspiration.
Age is another obstacle. No one's going to outrun Father Time. No one is. But you gotta love what you're doing. I tell people I just do a little bit each day. Just do a little bit every day, and you can stay in shape. You eat healthy, and that age, when people say, wow, you're 56 years old? Yeah, I'm 56 years old, and I'm still hanging. I'm still coaching. Come on, attack the table, attack. Yeah, good. Now, drop here, sideways. The thrill of coaching for me is seeing something in an athlete that perhaps they don't see in themselves and being able to bring it out. All right, so confidence in yourself. Good, good, good. I want to impact young kids in a positive way to make them better. You gotta get out of the comfort zone sometimes to get better. You want to be good? It's over here. Comfort zone over here. Got to get out of your comfort zone to get over there. Here I am all these years later, still being passionate about getting in the gym and working with these kids every day. It really does keep me young. It is my fountain of youth.
Miles has a big group on hand, including his daughters on the left, his wife Monica on the right. And here we go. Miles Avery hoping to make history at 56 years old. Be the oldest ever to finish a finals course.
And not only has he coached 4 U.S. Olympic teams, he was a great gymnast himself. He made the U.S. national team when he was in college.
Through the log grip, but now must face the obstacle that worries him the most, snake crossing.
Perseverance, Miles, come on.
Well, he got through this in qualifying. Let's see how he's gonna do tonight.
Got it, Dad. You got this. Take your time. Come on, Dad, take your time.
He says his background in gymnastics doesn't really translate to this obstacle because he was primarily an upper body guy. His specialty, the rings. Makes it to the first stone. But this second beam, far tougher. It will shift side to side.
He's overthinking it, Matt.
Oh!
No, I can't believe it!
Snake crossing strikes again. A disappointing end for Miles Avery.
We've seen this happen many times in qualifying, and tonight in the finals, just as Miles is pushing off for his jump, the beam shifts beneath him and he got no momentum. Snake crossing is still a killer in the finals.
Let's go down to Kristine.
Miles, I know that this is really frustrating for you to go out on snake crossing. What happened there?
Yeah, it was just a little slippery, and I think I started worrying a little more about that than just getting across like I did last time.
We have so many fans, not only just of the show, but gymnasts across the world love you. What do you want to say to all of them?
Hey, I'm happy to represent gymnastics, and I've been doing it my whole life, and it's a wonderful, wonderful sport. So you can do things like this in your old age.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks,
Coming up, the weatherman went farther than anyone last season. Joe Moravsky passed the ultimate cliffhanger. Now he's ready to go all the way.
I think physically I am ready to beat Mount Gbaja-Biamila.
And up next is the Ninja World's favorite superhero.
Pittsburgh, get ready. Captain NBC is here to beat your course.
Jamie Ron's run just ahead on American Ninja Warrior. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. Our coverage tonight is brought to you in part by our friends at Palm Wonderful. Up next, one of the most recognized ninjas in the country, Captain NBC, Jamie Ron. And as always, he's wearing the superhero suit. The outfit has become his trademark, but it also gives him an extra boost of confidence.
This is my 5th year competing on American Ninja Warrior.
It's Jamie Ron in all his painted glory.
Each year, it's been a new development with the costume, trying to make it more refined and easier for me to, practice in and actually compete in.
Captain NBC stands atop the warp wall.
The costume from before that was made for me had gotten worn down, so I got some fabric, made my own costume, set it up, figured out how to make shirts and pants, and trial and error, and came out pretty good. When I put on the outfit, it's kind of like I'm gearing up to go into battle. It gets my mind ready. It makes me ready to run and go and jump and climb and everything. It doesn't hurt to have that extra boost to think you're a superhero running the course. It's fun.
Captain NBC, there it is, you did it!
Being able to beat the qualifiers is phenomenal.
How does my green hair look now?
That's good.
I want to build on that and beat the finals. I want to beat stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. I just want to prove to myself and to other people that it's possible.
Well, the Green Wigs are out in force. Jamie's parents, Michelle and Jim, and his girlfriend, Kim, here to cheer him on. We wore the Green Wigs when he finished in qualifying, and we will put them on again if he can finish this finals course. But Akbar, no one's been able to make it to the buzzer so far tonight.
Look, the costume gets the attention, but he's a serious competitor. He's made it to stage 2 in Vegas. He's one of the best in the country.
Now snake crossing. Like everyone else, Jamie Ron struggled to get across this in qualifying. No, he comes from a parkour background. Trains parkour every day, competes in local ninja competitions year-round. No stranger to new and difficult obstacles.
And this second beam is the tricky one. It will shift to the left. Take a quick look at Jamie in qualifying. He jumped from way downtown and had to make a one-legged save. Jump on it!
And a sigh of relief, and Jamie Ron's moving on to the wind chimes.
Well, this is where the endurance thing really starts to pick up, because you're going to go from the wind chimes to the devil steps, and it's more important to use your thigh muscles here and take pressure off your upper body.
Well, this is a guy who owns a gym, Pinnacle Parkour, and there he coaches kids and adults through obstacle course training. Many of the ninjas we see during the year have trained at Jamie Ron's gym.
Jamie Ron is 5'10", 165 pounds, and he's really worked on his upper body strength the past few years.
And Jamie Ron sticks it. Now on to the devil steps. 9 steps going up, 8 coming down. And look at him locking onto that moving platform.
That 15-degree tilt, that really does stress you out.
Jamie Ron's come a long way. The first year he competed, he fell on the quad steps. Now, he's one of the strongest competitors out here. 3-foot gap here on this transition, 20 feet up. Ooh, vice grips there. That was impressive.
Now watch out, there's some tilting stairs. There it is.
Locks in. Now, Jamie Ron says he can dead hang from a bar for 15 minutes, and if you think that sounds easy, go on the couch and try right now while you're watching the show.
He's an athlete. He doesn't need a cape to fly up the warp wall.
Now Captain NBC on the back 4. We have the wigs with us, Akbar.
Yes.
We still got a long ways to go before we put them on.
This is the fun part, Jamie.
Good mount. Again, owns his own gym, Pinnacle Parkour. Has a salmon ladder there. Expecting to be very comfortable on this obstacle. And I like it. A methodical approach.
That's it, Jamie Ron.
Making sure on every placement.
Well, you have a salmon ladder, but do you have a floating monkey bars? No, you don't, because this is brand new to American Ninja Warrior. You got to go back to your childhood for this one.
Good job.
That's
Great rhythm there, Akbar. And you can see just the real micro movements of the hip, using that to build momentum, to release that bar, going in, finding a good rhythm, an efficient rhythm.
Well, this is really impressive. He's never seen this obstacle before, and yet he hasn't missed a single one.
Excellent job. Jamie Brown, a textbook approach on the floating monkey bars, Akbar. And Captain NBC, just the second athlete to make it to the doorknob arch. Sean Darling-Hammond could not get through it. You know, of course, he's thinking about total victory. Stage 3 is going to be a forearm blaster, so this is a good measure as to what he's packing here in those forearms.
Now, here's the key here for Jamie Brown. Just keep moving. Some guys will try to stay, wait, try to shake it out, fight through the pain. It's about strength and endurance here.
This is an excellent pace. Fantastic.
This is where it gets tougher moving down the arch. His arms are starting to burn, and you just want to get to the end.
Looking for the dismount here. Almost got it. And look at that. Jamie Brown, one obstacle away from being the first to punch his ticket to Vegas. But he has to get up the invisible ladder. This final obstacle has been so brutal, stopping so many top ninjas.
Shake those arms out. Come on, Jimmy!
Here we go. Jamie Ron. He's finished the city finals course the last 2 years. Gonna try to make it 3 in a row.
Oh, and he's struggling already.
Captain NBC using his anti-gravity powers. The arm straightening, though, not a good sign, Akbar.
Yeah, that means he's fighting. That means this is all willpower here.
But no quit in this one. The green hair keeps going. 10 feet away from us putting those wigs on.
Uh-oh.
You know, he's found a rhythm, Akbar, really using his hips to kip it.
I just hope he doesn't dislocate his shoulders.
I gotta say,
that's a lot of force.
This is by design. He's smiling. He's feeling comfortable.
Man, that's not a smile. That's grimace. That is pain right there.
What does he have left? 8.5 minutes, 5 feet away, 4 feet.
Come on, come on, come
Inches
on.
away, he's gone for it.
We've seen this before. Come on, you're too close, Jamie Brown. I command you to go up the invisible ladder. I command you.
His hands were at the top, but he couldn't get his feet there. Captain NBC finds his kryptonite inches away from the buzzer. Akbar, one of the great performances we could hope to see tonight.
Jamie Ron fought for every inch. Look at how close he came to hooking his foot on the top, but the invisible ladder just wears you down, and after more than a minute of struggling, he finally gave out.
Right now, Jamie's standing by with Kristine.
Very, very close, just inches away. What was going on there on the invisible ladder?
Oh, I thought I had high enough that I could put a toe on, and at that point I'd be able to, fake my way up, but it was just completely gassed.
This is the first time we've seen the floating monkey bars. What do you think of them?
Oh, they're my favorite. I was so excited to do that. Yeah, that was by far my favorite.
Why?
It was so much fun. It was just like the monkey bars, but you got to move with you. It was like a monkey bar and a flying bar together.
Well, we'll see if you made it far enough, fast enough, but I have a pretty good feeling we're going to see you in less.
Awesome. Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Coming up, he was the fastest man in qualifying, and the natural is ready to go for broke again.
I feel way more confident going into the city final.
And up next, they call him Popeye for his unbelievable forearms.
He is so strong, it's ridiculous.
Now, Geoff Britten gets his shot on American Ninja Warrior. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior's Pittsburgh City Finals.
Up next is a guy everyone's been talking about. This is Geoff Britten. He's a sports cameraman, a family man, and one of the strongest athletes out here. And some top ninjas think he's a threat to win it all.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. No cheating. I'm Geoff Britten, part of the Ninja Brittens. My wife's name's Jessica Britten.
Yes! Oh,
We're a family that climbs. We have a daughter. She climbs with us now.
yeah, good job, little ninja.
We spend a lot of our time climbing and the rest of our time doing Ninja Warrior obstacles.
Nice.
Last year was my first year competing on American Ninja Warrior. I competed in St. Louis, and I completed the qualifying course, and I was really proud of that. And then on the finals course, I completed that too, and I was the only rookie to do that.
Wow! He made that look easy, didn't even break a sweat.
I met Geoff at last year's American Ninja Warrior competition, and I was impressed with his strength. He's got all the tools to take on the course. He is so strong, it's ridiculous.
He's the guy that I picked to win it all my first season. Oh! I don't know if I've told a lot of people that, but I just see something in him. And it kind of scares me.
Looking ahead to the city finals course, I'd say there's one really tricky obstacle, and that's a snake crossing. Other than that, if you know what you're doing, total cakewalk.
Total cakewalk, Akbar. What do you think about that?
Well, I love the confidence there. Let's see if he has what it takes.
Geoff's got all the women in his life here. His wife, Jessica, as well as his mother, his mother-in-law, and his daughter, Allison. Britten did very well as a rookie last year and made it to stage 1 of Vegas, but this year has really taken his training to a new level. There's Joe Moravsky watching. Speaks very highly of Geoff Britten. Gone head-to-head in competitions at local ninja gyms, and Britten has beaten Moravsky on more than one occasion.
We know he's got the upper body skills, but you need to have balance as well on this course. Snake crossing doesn't care how strong you are.
Britten's 5'10", 150, most of that in the upper body. He's through that first snake section.
Got it, Chad.
But this second beam is the tricky one. It pivots at the halfway point. A little unstable here.
But he needs to just jump from right there. Don't overthink it.
And he's through. And look at the relief on his face. Now the wind chimes. Britten, a sports cameraman, travels around the country to shoot college football games. Also works a lot of Baltimore Orioles baseball games.
He gets to be around a lot of professional athletes. Pretty sure he gets an opportunity to pick their brains and figure out what makes them so great, and he can use that here. Look how fast he's moving through the wind chimes.
And right through it. Geoff Britten, a very comfortable pace here, Akbar. I like it. Mature approach, not rushing, but when he gets on the obstacles, very efficient, not wasting time hanging up there. He's through that tilting step, and look at him move up the devil steps.
And get a good look at his forearms. They are huge. He's Popeye. Look at him skipping steps, and even one hand's the tilting step.
And right through it. Britten not even breathing heavy. I like this. Now onto the warped wall. And right up it, no problems. Look at that rock climber flexible to get that leg up high. Well, we showed you the tape. Geoff Britten can do the salmon ladder with one arm. That is insane. So you know he's confident heading into this obstacle.
Look at his L's. I've said it before, Britten's got talent.
Let's see if he can get through the monkey bars. Again, the grip strength will be tested. Look at those forearms, Akbar.
Yeah, you can't see. I wish I had forearms.
It looks like he's smuggling cantaloupes in there.
See, very patient here on each placement here. You have to be precise.
Great body control there, Akbar. Didn't have it locked in, able to seemingly suspend his body. And he's going for the dismount, and he's got it. And a very efficient run there through the floating monkey bars. Britten said it would be a cakewalk, and he is making it look that way so far. Remember, no one has finished this course tonight. Now the doorknob arch, which has been so brutal. And look at him, he is skipping doorknobs there at the beginning. An aggressive approach, arm over arm.
You can do that when you have four arms like that. Look at that. You can even see his brachioradialis.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
We saw this obstacle last year in Denver, but nobody went through it like this. You can see why they call him Popeye. That is as fast as I've ever seen anyone get through the doorknob arch. That looked like a stroll through the park, Akbar.
Well, we heard him say it would be a cakewalk, but wow!
And now he has a chance to be our first finisher. But standing in front of him, the 30-foot invisible ladder.
We've seen it all season. This obstacle can stop even the strongest ninjas. It stopped Jamie Ron a few minutes ago. This right here can be brutal. His forearms got him this far. Now it's going to be all about his biceps. This is
wow!
There it is.
Geoff Britten showing the strength he has talked about for so long.
Keep your L's, buddy.
You can see that he is confident. No problem.
Geoff Britten, the first to hit the buzzer in the Pittsburgh City Finals.
Make this our Palm Wonderful Crazy Healthy Run of the night. Geoff Britten used those Popeye forearms to cruise across the doorknobs and then just flew up the invisible ladder. Other ninjas better watch out for this guy.
Well, Geoff Britten moving on to the city finals right now, standing by with Kristine.
Geoff, congratulations. Oh, get a kiss from Mom. Making it all the way to the top. How does it feel right now?
Oh, that was amazing. That was so much fun. The doorknob arch, that was just awesome.
Tell me about that.
I like to cross over when I move like that, and so I did.
It looked like you had plenty of energy going up the invisible ladder. Is that the case?
I could have gone a little more, but not that much more.
You look great. How'd your daddy do tonight?
Good.
Yes! All right. Congratulations, guys. We're going to see you in Las Vegas.
Thank you.
Nat?
So Geoff Britten's the only finisher on our leaderboard so far. Remember, only the top 15 at the end of the night will move on to the national finals in Las Vegas. Well, some of our best are warming up. Michelle Warkey will hit the course soon, and she'll be followed by the dynamic duo of Joe Moravsky and the fastest man from qualifying, Ellett Hall. And up next, firefighter Mike Bernardo delivered an emotional run in qualifying. Now, he wants Vegas.
I'm not stopping until I get to the top.
On American Ninja Warrior. Welcome back to Pittsburgh, where we're about halfway through the city finals in Akbar. This course, which had looked unbeatable, just got destroyed by Geoff Britten.
Yeah, we've been talking about Joe Moravsky and Ellett Hall all night, but maybe we need to start talking about Geoff Britten. The doorknob arch is a brutal obstacle, and he did it without breaking a sweat.
That is as fast as I've ever seen anyone get through the doorknob arch.
And then he climbed the invisible ladder like it was nothing.
No problem.
Geoff Britten, the first to hit the buzzer in the Pittsburgh City Finals.
Moravsky and Hall and all the veteran ninjas need to watch out. Geoff Britten just announced he's a force to be reckoned with in Las Vegas.
Up next, Washington, D.C. firefighter Mike Bernardo. This is his 6th season competing on American Ninja Warrior, and he is one of the most passionate ninjas around. He is beloved by his fellow competitors, Noel Reyes, Michelle Warkey, and Chris Wilczewski, all out to support him and watch his run. Bernardo once again wearing his firefighter jacket to the start line. He didn't in qualifying after what he called a disappointing fall last season. Says he had to earn it back by finishing, which he did. There's that yell, that signature yell. Told me that one means passion spirit in Japanese. Bernardo had lots of passion in his qualifying run as he reclaimed that fireman's jacket. I don't know that anybody works harder or brings more passion than Bernardo.
Let me tell you one thing I know about Bernardo. He is game ready. That's going to be his new nickname, Game Ready.
Easy work, man. Easy work.
Bernardo's 6th season. He's only made it to Vegas once. Hopes to earn another trip right here, but he'll first have to get past Snake Crossing.
Nobody wants it more than Mike Bernardo. He's just got to eliminate the mental mistakes that have knocked him out in the past.
No second guessing. You got it.
Snake Crossing so tricky that curved beam will fall back to the left as you reach the midpoint. Got to go for the dismount here.
Easy. Easy.
Gets through it.
All me, baby. All me.
Bernardo living to fight another day. And he's moving quickly across the wind chimes.
And this is the tough part right here. This 3-foot gap. Got to use your legs and your upper body.
Bernardo went all the way to Malaysia to compete in a Ninja Warrior competition with other Americans. Really stepped up his training in the past year.
Yeah, but be careful on this dismount. Oh, wow, that was a hard
impact. This guy throws his body into it.
Come on, come on.
Now moving on to the devil steps. No problem for him in the past. Bernardo's been a firefighter for 13 years. Been working out of a firehouse in D.C.
Just treat this like a fire ladder. It's not the devil steps. This is not your enemy. Treat it like a fire ladder.
He is fighting, and look at the musculature on Bernardo. Testament to his hard work. But a decent amount of mats he's carrying through here, Akbar.
Yeah, when he's in the firehouse, this is what he's thinking of. Before he gets that call, he's out there training, putting in work.
Safely through the devil steps and onto the warped wall. Mike Bernardo's run is not done. And no problem for Bernardo. Firefighter right up it.
You see, I told you, look at him crawling. What is this? What is this primal crawl he's doing? What is that?
Stalking his prey, Akbar.
Oh,
staring down the salmon ladder.
Oh, look at this. I told you he was about to turn up. He is acting out.
Now the back half. And for all his experience, Bernardo's only made it this far twice.
If you just look at his eyes, you can see the intensity is written all right there.
Mount right up. Palm of that body. This is an obstacle spent so much time on. Right up it.
He is familiar with the salmon ladder.
And now on to the floating monkey bars. Akbar Bernardo has never made it past the 8th obstacle. Failed the rumbling dice 2 years ago. Of course, went out early last year. This will be a personal best if he makes it through.
Yeah, he must be very precise here. And that he is wearing himself out here.
But look at that upper body strength, Akbar. He is looking dialed in.
Now, there it is. Now,
finding
he's
his rhythm
out here.
He's going for the dismount.
That means he's getting tired. He says, get me off of this.
And he's got it. Mike Bernardo's best run ever. He's going to face the doorknob arch. 2 years ago, Bernardo made his first and only trip to Las Vegas. He is in position now to punch his ticket for just the second time in his long career.
Come on, Bernardo, dig deep.
Keep moving. Do not stop moving.
Arms stretched out here.
Bernardo goes down.
But he makes it to the 9th obstacle, the best performance of his career. And that's going to be good enough to get Bernardo a ticket to Las Vegas.
Well, on the floating monkey bars, he actually skipped the last one and goes for the big dismount and makes it. But at the doorknobs, looked like he had nothing left in his forearms, and he didn't get far.
Let's go down to Kristine, who's with Mike.
Who was with the army crawl at the top of the warped wall?
Well, I don't know. Last year, I thought I was going all the way in the qualifiers, and I like to put on a show. I like to have a good time. I had some things that worked out. I got to use a couple of them this time, so hopefully it'll be enough to get me to Vegas.
The news is you did. You made it far enough to go to Vegas. You clinched the spot. Guys, back to you.
We're coming for you, Midoriyama!
Well, the weatherman is warming up. Joe Moravsky's run is now just a few minutes away.
And just ahead, this ninja's no dummy.
They call me the A-Train, and I'm gonna crash this course.
Crash test engineer Adam Mim makes a drive for the finals when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to the city finals here in Pittsburgh. While we were away, 2 more ninjas hit the course. Pittsburgh local Ron Schmidt had high hopes in his hometown.
He's gonna fight for every inch.
But the furniture maker couldn't put together a winning run. No! And 2-time Vegas veteran Brian Wilczewski had everything going his way.
And that is months and years of practicing.
But right before the platform, the floating monkey bars did him in.
next, a guy who has one of the most unique jobs we've ever come across. Adam Mim is a crash test engineer. He puts those dummies into cars and crashes them into walls. Now, the A-Train is ready to crash this course.
As a crash test engineer, you spend all this time developing this vehicle to perform well, and then to finally see it go from a 3D model on the computer or a drawing, and then finally actually see it hit the wall.
Testing in 3, 2, 1.
When you think about like, wow, I'm really doing something great and I'm potentially saving someone's life with my everyday, day-to-day work, it's really exciting. So my nickname is A-Train. It was given to me by my brother, actually. Even my mom has started to call me the A-Train because of American Ninja Warrior, which is pretty strange, but it's kind of cool at the same time. I'll get phone calls from my dad, and rather than, say, hey, Adam, it's what's up, train? So, yeah, it's really strange, actually. Final stop for the A-Train is going to be Las Vegas.
Adam's biggest supporters, his mom and dad, are here. So is the rest of his family. They all live in Pittsburgh, so this is like a homecoming for him. Mim completed the course in qualifying.
And Adam Mim, 6'1", one of the taller guys we'll see tonight.
Mim lives in Dublin, Ohio, trains often with Michelle Warnke. There she is. We'll see her run shortly.
He's a tall, skinny guy, so he needs to be very careful here on Snake Crossing.
There you go. Good job.
6'1", long legs. He's seeing the blueprint here. He's already struggling. Oh! A weak jump, but somehow stumbles through.
Boy, the snake almost got him, Matt, but what a save. Take a quick look. The beam shifted just as he jumped, and he fell knees first onto the stone. He's lucky. If his hand had touched, he would have been disqualified.
So the crash test engineer survives a nearly fatal accident. Now moves on to the wind chimes. Mim works at the Honda plant in Dublin, Ohio, focusing on front-end pedestrian safety.
Well, the A-Train is chugging across the wind chimes right now. He's using those long legs to his advantage. The wind chimes will definitely drain you, especially as you start to move up. This is the beginning of the upper body burnout this course throws at you. Get off that thing.
And the chimes, no problem for the crash test engineer. Now on to the devil steps. One of the heavier competitors at 175 pounds, but conquered this obstacle easily in qualifying. There it is, that fourth step there. No problem for Mim. This transition 3 feet. An aggressive pace here, Akbar. I like it.
Well, these ninjas have figured it out. You're going to need to at least get to the floating monkey bars in a fast time if you want to guarantee a spot in Vegas.
And there he goes. The A-Train is not done, though. Now the 14-foot warped wall. A little stumble. Wow! That was not pretty, but got those hands up there. He needed every inch of that 6'1" frame.
But now comes the tough stuff.
He wants to get to the top of this salmon ladder, Akbar, put himself in a better position to move on.
He's got a pretty good time going, but don't overlook the salmon ladder.
And a good aggressive approach. Barzatcek recovers quickly. I like it, Akbar. Going fast, and he's done it. Made it to the top of the salmon ladder.
That's it.
But missed that bar placement there, and that's expending energy.
Actually, he took it right off. All right, slow placement.
And at 6'1", he is fighting it.
There you go. Just take your time. You've got long arms. You got time to place it in there.
Well,
there it is.
He's finding his rhythm.
There it is. Get off of this thing now. You got to move fast.
Get that momentum going side to side, Akbar.
Oh, boy.
The A-Train derailed. Another casualty at the floating monkey bars.
Even with his long arms, Adam Mim couldn't get a good swing going. He struggled on almost every one, and eventually his grip just gave out, and he came down hard.
Right now, he's standing by with Kristine.
Adam, those floating monkey bars, what was going on? I mean, each one, it looked like you were really close to falling off.
Yeah, I missed the placement, and when you swing back on one hand, it doesn't take too many of those to just lose it.
Overall, how are you feeling about your performance tonight?
I feel pretty good. I know if I made it past this, I was pretty much guaranteed Vegas, so it might be close.
Your calculations have come out correct because you are going to Las Vegas.
Yeah!
He's a happy guy, guys. Listen it back to you.
All aboard the A train. So with only 8 runners left, Adam Mim's assured of moving on to the national finals. Also guaranteed a spot now is exterminator Pavel Fisuk. He's going to Vegas. Coming up, her last run was heart-stopping. And heartbreaking. Now Michelle Warke gets another shot when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior's Pittsburgh City Finals. While we were away, Ryan Ripley battled this course like he battles cystic fibrosis every day.
If cystic fibrosis can't stop him, neither can the warp wall.
But the salmon ladder proved too much for the CF Warrior.
Oh!
Denver street performer Jason Kazi had the crowd entertained. Wow. But he tried an early dismount from the bars and ended up in the water. Oh! And Mike Myers, the fastest rookie from qualifying, sped through the first 8 obstacles. And he's got it, a fast pace, Akbar. But the course killer met his match at the doorknob arch. Oh! And just like that goes out.
So much fun. Can't wait. Hopefully I made it to Vegas.
Next up, the athlete this crowd's been waiting for, Michelle Warke. She's one of only 4 women ever to make it up the warp wall, and she's the only woman to make it to the Pittsburgh finals, thanks to a heart-stopping run in qualifying.
So my qualifying run in Pittsburgh, there was definitely some pressure. Definitely wanted to do really well. I was getting towards the end, and the tilting double steps really pumped me out.
Get off, girl!
So I was just like, I better go now. And I just wasn't thinking in the moment and didn't do it.
She had it!
It was definitely hard being so close to the warped wall and being so close to the buzzer. You know, and knowing I could have done it, but, you know, mistakes happen, so gotta live with it and learn from it.
Warnke owns the city of St. Louis right now. Got it.
Going into tonight, I'd really like to try the obstacles on the second half of the course.
Yes!
Last year it was hard falling before my favorite obstacle, the salmon ladder.
Oh!
And so I would love to get there, you know, test myself, test my limits. Can I make it through the back half of the course? So, yeah, I'd love to get there.
Michelle Warke always has a huge support section, and that includes her parents. Last year, Warke joined Casey Catanzaro and Megan Martin as the first woman ever to get up the warped wall. And Casey one-upped them, being the first woman ever to qualify for Vegas. Jessie Graff matched that feat, and you know Warke wants to add her name to that list of history-making women. This rock climbing background, expected to be able to lock in here on the log grid. And just rock solid there,
She
Warke.
rode that one like a champ.
Now snake crossing, and if you remember, this obstacle nearly gave her a heart attack in qualifying, but she managed to survive it.
It really started to get inside of their heads, and this time around now, they own the snake. They know how to tame the snake.
Here we go. Easy does it.
A little trouble finding her stability. Of course, you can see that. Dancing stone moves. Coming down onto it, locking in. You cannot use your hands.
She's overthinking it.
She is getting into her head. One thing she said she would succumb to is pressure. She going to make the leap here, Akbar?
I think she has to make the leap here. She's taking the, no, she feels it. She
out.
knows where the pivot is going to be. Oh, no!
That took one extra step, Akbar. That was a mental lapse there out of Warnke, and that's devastating.
Watch it. The beam shifts down to the left, and that sent her into an off-balance run for it. She barely got her left foot on the stone, but it just slides off, and she goes right into the pad.
Let's go down to Kristine.
Michelle, what was going on? I mean, your feet at the end there look like they just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I got to the middle, like this is not good. So I just tried to jump, and I could feel myself slip, and then made it to the second one, and then I was like, reach for the platform, but I couldn't get it.
You're one of our favorites. How frustrating is this, the early exit?
I really wanted to play on the back half for 2 years now. It's like I keep not getting to play on the back half, my favorite part.
So I appreciate you talking to us after that.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Kristine. Get ready for the dynamic duo. The fastest two from qualifying will be the final runners tonight. And it starts with Joe Moravsky. The weatherman's coming up when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior's Pittsburgh City Finals. While we were away, two more athletes tried to earn their spot in Vegas. Ninja Jester Scott Maxson snuck into the finals in the 30th spot.
Let's see if this Joker can figure it out.
But just like his qualifying run, the Devil Steps had the last lap. And naval engineer Adam Grossman earned a 4th straight trip to Vegas. And he's done it. But then the former collegiate sprinter came off the track on the floating monkey bars. Oh!
Body slam.
Well, up next, a run we've all been waiting for. It's the man who went farther last season than anyone else on American Ninja Warrior. It's time for the weatherman, Joe Moravsky. This man's been to Stage 3 in Vegas in each of the last 2 years. He represented our country in our USA versus the World special, and he's never failed on a city qualifying or city finals course. And there's Joe's wife, Stephanie. As we told you in qualifying, she's expecting their first child later this year. Well, he got farther than anyone in the competition last season, and Moravsky believes he can win the $1 million in Vegas this year.
But first, he's got to get to Vegas, and that's not easy on this course tonight. Only one finisher so far.
Good job out of Moravsky. Again, this is a guy very gifted, but also very intelligent, cerebral approach.
And Moravsky has a background in gymnastics, so he's very good at balance obstacles. He knows exactly what he wants to do here on Snake Crossing.
Such confidence here out of Moravsky. I like it. Foot getting close to that midpoint, though. Makes the leap, and he's through. Moravsky ever closer. Only one finisher thus far, Geoff Britten, and he and Moravsky have competed in local competitions all year.
Well, one thing I know, Joe Moravsky is super competitive. You know he wants to not only finish and beat Britten's time, he wants to set a time tough to beat for Ellen Hall, who runs next.
Moravsky just used to so much success. 2 years ago, completed city qualifying, city finals in Baltimore, completed stages 1 and 2. Last year, not only did he complete qualifying in city finals in St. Louis, he was the fastest. Moving on to the Devil Steps. It's been grip strength obstacles that have taken him out in Vegas 2 years in a row. Says he's been training specifically for them.
Yeah, he's fallen twice at Stage 3, but he's finished every other course he's run in Ninja Warrior competition, and that's impressive.
3-foot gap. No problem for Moravsky.
You see how he's ignoring any type of outside interference here.
5'10", 164. Good job there. Almost went for the dismount prematurely. Now he faces the warped wall.
Right open.
No problem for Joe Moravsky. And with his speed to this point, he just needs to reach the monkey bars, and he'll be assured a spot in the top 15 and a return trip to Vegas. He's about 30 seconds ahead of Geoff Britten's pace to this point. Well, the great ones respond to the pressure. Moravsky has done just that.
They're able to give you the same type of
So
performance
confident,
over and over again.
And with that, Joe Moravsky going back to Las Vegas for the 3rd year in a row, Akbar.
Look at that.
Ooh.
See, now look,
Their
I'm telling you,
misstep
the
out of the weather,
floating
man.
monkey bar is so dangerous. 6-7.
And misses again. This is going to happen, though. The good ones deal with it. He may go for the dismount here, Akbar. He's gonna.
Okay, he's got enough. Here's a beautiful Lachey.
There it is. Well, only a handful have made it this far tonight, but Moravsky expects to be here. He expects to finish, but first he has to get past the doorknob arch. The crowd chanting, "Let's go, Joe." They want to see him get through. He's about 15 seconds ahead of Britten's time. Here he goes, skipping over, crossing over that technique. Moravsky locking those arms out.
Yeah, buddy, go get it, go get it.
Geoff Britten cheering him on. He and Jamie Ron, the only athletes to make it past this obstacle tonight.
Yeah, Joe's about to join him, too. Here he comes.
And he's through. The weatherman comes through. Now he'll try to do what has been nearly impossible, finish this course.
Come on, you got this.
Because Britten was so fast on the doorknobs, Moravsky now has fallen behind. Looks like he won't beat Britten's time if he finishes. Here we go. Joe Moravsky, can he finish this brutal Pittsburgh course?
Oh, he's moving. Got a good rhythm.
But look at him.
Moravsky. Wow. This is where it starts to burn. Right at about 20 feet is where it starts to burn.
Obstacle, the invisible ladder. Moravsky still fighting through. 5 more feet.
That boy's got it. That boy's got it.
So close. He's running out of steam, Akbar.
Uh-oh.
He's there. He's got to get the feet up,
Get
though.
your feet up, boy.
1 foot. The other. Oh, lost his grip. Oh, my goodness.
That's it.
That effort. He does it. Unbelievable, Akbar. One hand gives out maintenance, but the other, his perfect streak remains intact in city competitions. And Akbar, what a fantastic calculated run out of the weatherman.
I'm back. Look at this ending again. He just barely gets his legs up, and then his right hand loses the ring. He's lucky he didn't fall down the hole at that point, but he held on, pulled himself up, and made it to the buzzer.
Right now, he's standing by with Kristine Leahy.
Joe, congratulations. Joe, that was a pretty miraculous. Do your arms hurt? What's going on?
I'm tight. I can't even speak. These obstacles are so tough this year, and my biceps getting off of that, and my forearms, everything's just pumped out.
How hard was that invisible ladder for you?
I actually started off pretty good, and then it just, from all of these obstacles put together, it just hit me like a brick wall. I got up there, hit the buzzer, and that was one of the most emotional finishes for me. Other than Vegas, that was just so awesome.
Why do you think this was more emotional than the other ones?
It's harder than any other. So it just, a lot more went into it, and to succeed at something that you put your heart and soul into, it just feels so good.
It all paid off for you because you're going back to Las Vegas.
Yeah!
Woo! Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Kristine.
And now it's Alan Hall's turn. Can he match his rival? The Natural runs next when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior and the Pittsburgh City Finals. Well, this is it. The final runner of the night, Alan Hall,
The survival guide from Cavetown, Maryland. The Natural, as he's known, likes to go fast. And he's about to put on a show here in the finals.
Wow! Alan Hall destroying this course.
I got the fastest time in the Pittsburgh qualifier, and I'm definitely stoked on that.
He just hit that button and said, that was easy.
For me, just running around, jumping and climbing in the woods and on cliffs and stuff, it translates really well to doing Ninja Warrior because the environments that I'm in are infinitely complex. My training lends me to going faster the course because it's the manner in which I'm used to moving. Coming into the city finals, I mean, I'm definitely going to try and be as quick as I can be and as dynamic as I can be to reduce the amount of stress that I've got to go through. And I'm definitely looking to put myself somewhere up top.
Well, everyone is watching this run, including Joe Moravsky, who just finished the course, and Geoff Britten, who has the fastest finish time at 6 minutes 44 seconds. There's the trademark send it call. And just skips the 5th step there. Did the same thing in qualifying.
Well, we know Elliot's gonna fly through the first part of the course. He just needs to keep something in reserve for the final few obstacles.
Elliot's parents and family members here to watch the natural. But no problem on snake crossing and qualifying.
It makes everything look so easy.
But this is the obstacle. We've seen slip-ups here, Akbar.
No way Elliott Hall falls on this. Absolutely not. He's just too talented. No way.
Great job. So comfortable. You see that loping stride. He's 6 feet tall, 160. Now working as a survival guide at the American Bushcraft School in West Virginia.
That's cool. Maybe Elliott can be the next Bear Grylls.
First few years Elliott competed, he had undiagnosed Lyme disease, which caused problems in his joints. Now gets treatment, and he helps raise awareness of the disease. Definitely hasn't slowed him down. Last year made it all the way to stage 3. Only Moravsky bested him. And Akbar, he just finished the wind chimes almost a full minute ahead of Geoff Britten's pace.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I believe Elliott Hall will get to the top of the invisible ladder in under 5 minutes.
Well, that'll be almost 2 minutes faster than Britten. He'll have to maintain an incredible pace to do that.
Well, Ellis worked harder on his upper body since Vegas last year. Watch this transition. Easy.
Right now, the cutoff point is the floating monkey bars. Elliott Hall needs to get at least to that obstacle to secure his spot in Vegas. Then he can race to the finish. And look at it. Look at this support.
Nice, Ellen. Nice, Ellen.
Elliot's biggest cheerleader is Joe Moravsky. They were the final 2 in Vegas last year, and they have a special bond. I love the camaraderie.
Yeah, this is different than most other sports.
Well, now it is 5 rungs standing between Elliott Hall and a return trip to Vegas. He's going to have to keep moving if he wants to beat Britten's time.
And he's ahead of Britten's pace right now, but you can't rush through these final 4 obstacles. They will take time, and you need a little rest in between.
And that's it. Touch that bar. And with that, Elliott Hall returning to Vegas for the 4th year in a row.
Now he can concentrate on being the fastest finisher.
Oh, but a miss there. Look at that. Didn't even panic. Remained so calm. And look at this. He's going to go for the dismount.
Right, here we go. Let's see if Elliott can fly.
Wow! Elliott Hall, a risky move, but makes it look easy. So impressive. He is 3 minutes ahead of Britten's finish time with 2 obstacles left. First up, the doorknob arch.
I think he's going for the fastest time, and I do believe that he will make it to the top of the invisible ladder.
Oh! Almost lost it, but nice recovery. Close call for Elliott Hall.
Well, it's a long way across the doorknob arch, and even great athletes like Elliott Hall, their arms can get pumped out.
Akbar, look at that return to form there.
Look at that. I mean, just keeping the precision there.
He's looking for the dismount here, Akbar.
Not as efficient with his movement here.
He's starting to fatigue.
Yeah, it's starting to build up on him now. He is human. He's the natural, but he is
He
human.
might be going for the dismount here as those forearms are dying.
He needs a little bit more there. I think now he can go for the dismount, but he may not have enough strength.
Oh, and Elliott Hall is down!
Wow, utter disbelief here, Akbar.
What happened? I thought he had it.
This is really surprising because Elliott Hall is so consistent. Completed 6 of the 7 city courses he faced before tonight.
Well, first, look at that dismount off the monkey bars. That's about 15 feet from his hands to where he lands. And on the doorknobs, he made 1 great save early, but his arms just seemed pumped out.
But man, I gassed out. My hands are real cold. Feels rough. Feeling tight.
Well, a roller coaster night here in Pittsburgh shows how unpredictable this sport can be. Even the best can be knocked out on these difficult finals courses.
And Elliott Hall is disappointed, but let's not forget he still did well enough to punch his ticket to Vegas.
So the final leaderboard has a big surprise at the top with Geoff Britten. He's followed by our only other finisher, Joe Moravsky. Allen Hall's fast run put him in the 4th spot. Other non-finishers moving on include the Ivy League law clerk Sean Darling-Hammond and firefighter Mike Bernardo. And how about PJ Granger, the walk-on from Indiana, has earned a trip to Vegas. Next week, we return to the USS Iowa in San Pedro, California. 7-time Ninja veteran Ryan Stratus and Navy officer Dustin McKinney lead the charge in our special all-military city finals.
For Akbar, Gbaja-Biamila, and Kristine Leahy, I'm Matt Iseman. We'll see you next time on American Ninja Warrior.
He fights for his country.
I fly fighter jets for a living. This course doesn't intimidate me.
Now he'll inspire his family.
It's my goal in life to always be a hero to my kids.
Unbelievable, still fighting!
And he's competed every single season.
Going into this for the 7th time in a row, I'm prepared.
This is the run everyone's been waiting for.
He's gonna do it!
All new American Ninja Warrior, next Monday at 8, 7 Central on NBC. All new Running Wild with Bear Grylls starts right now, here on NBC.